Tom was outside. He was washing his car. It was a Lamborghini. It was red and shiny. Tom loved his car. He liked to keep it clean. He smiled as he wiped it down.
This is the life. You're a beauty.
A bird flew overhead. It pooped. The poop landed on Tom's Lamborghini. Tom looked up. He frowned.
Seriously?
He asked the bird. The bird chirped and flew away. Jane walked by. She saw Tom in his car.
Well, well, well. Look at Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
Tom laughed.
It's just a car, Jane.
Oh, come on, Tom. It's a Lamborghini, not a toaster.
Jane chuckled. She pointed at the bird poop.
Looks like you've got a little present.
I just washed it.
That's the price you pay for owning a fancy car.
Bobby ran over. Bobby was Tom's nephew. He was a lively and curious boy, always full of energy and questions. Today he had only one thing on his mind. He was 8 years old. Bobby loved cars. He could spend hours flipping through car magazines, watching car shows and playing with his toy cars. But there was one car that stood out above all the rest. He loved his Uncle Tom's Lamborghini even more. The sleek lines, the roaring engine and the shiny paint captivated him like nothing else. It was his dream car.
Uncle Tom, can I see your car? Please, can you show me the engine? Can we go for a ride?
Hey, Bobby. Careful with the paint. This car is very special and needs to be treated gently. But sure, let's take a closer look.
Bobby's eyes were wide with excitement. He could hardly contain his joy as he followed his uncle to the car. His heart raced with anticipation.
Wow, it's so cool! Look at those wheels! And the seats! They look like they're from a spaceship!
Tom smiled. He loved seeing Bobby's enthusiasm. It reminded him of his own childhood dreams and the excitement he felt when he first saw a car like this. He loved sharing his car with Bobby. It was more than just a car. It was a bridge between generations, a way to connect and share dreams. It reminded him of when he was a kid. Back then, he dreamed of owning a car like this. He worked hard, saved every penny, and finally his dream came true. Back then, he dreamed of owning a car like this. Now he was living that dream and sharing it with his nephew, hoping to inspire him to chase his own dreams.
Uncle Tom, can we go for a ride? I've always wanted to ride in a Lamborghini.
Bobby asked, his eyes sparkling with excitement and curiosity. He had been dreaming about this moment for weeks. Tom thought for a second, considering the request. He knew how much Bobby loved cars, especially sports cars.
Sure, why not? Hop in. Let's make this a ride to remember.
Bobby climbed into the Lamborghini, his heart racing with anticipation. The sleek design and luxurious interior were even more impressive up close. He felt like he was in a spaceship, surrounded by high-tech gadgets and plush leather seats. The car's interior was a marvel of modern engineering. They drove down the street, the engine roaring like a beast unleashed. Bobby giggled with pure joy, feeling the power of the car beneath him. They came to a speed bump. Tom slowed down, knowing the car's low ground clearance could be an issue. Despite his caution, the car scraped the bottom of the speed bump, making a harsh, grating sound.
Ouch! I forgot how low this car is. We need to be extra careful with these speed bumps.
They drove into a parking lot, the sleek Lamborghini gliding smoothly into a space. The sun was shining brightly, casting a golden hue on the polished surface of the car. It was a perfect day for a drive, and Tom, along with his nephew Bobby, was in high spirits. As they parked, Tom noticed something unusual near the tire. He squinted, trying to make out what it was. It was a plastic bag stuck to his tire, flapping slightly in the breeze.
Oh, come on, Tom exclaimed, a mix of frustration and amusement in his voice.
Bobby, sitting in the passenger seat, couldn't help but laugh. His laughter was infectious, filling the car with a light-hearted atmosphere.
Even Lamborghinis get flat tires? Bobby asked, his eyes wide with curiosity and a hint of mischief.
Tom shook his head and smiled, amused by his nephew's innocence.
No, Bobby, it's just a plastic bag, he explained patiently, ruffling Bobby's hair affectionately.
Tom got out of the car, the door making a soft click as it closed behind him. He bent down and carefully pulled the bag off the tire, making sure not to damage the car. As he did, Jane, a friend of theirs, walked by.
Having some car trouble, Tom? She asked, her voice laced with concern, but her eyes twinkling with amusement.
She asked, a twinkle in her eye, clearly enjoying the situation.
Just the usual, Tom replied with a grin, shrugging his shoulders.
Tom said, laughing. He patted the Lamborghini, a gesture that was both affectionate and exasperated.
This car is more trouble than it's worth sometimes, he admitted, shaking his head.
Bobby jumped out of the car, his excitement palpable.
But it's so cool, Uncle Tom, he exclaimed, his eyes shining with admiration for the car.
Tom, Jane and Bobby all started laughing, the sound of their laughter echoing in the parking lot. Even though there were mishaps, they knew that a little bit of car trouble was nothing compared to the joy and laughter it brought. The day continued with more adventures, each one filled with moments of humor and camaraderie, proving that sometimes the best memories are made in the most unexpected situations.